Dear Helia, why am I like this? I mean well, I really do. And I wonder why I end up in these situations. Me and Kelvin went on an adventure. It's a small island and they honestly don't have much going on. There's an armory and a fuel store and a main order of operations kind of deal, which might still be a functional ship that they've dry docked. Possibly one of the smarter things they have in their setup here. Nothing really got any kind of detailed look as me and Kelvin got distracted by an Ida woman. She came from the main HQ area and headed to the brothel inn. Kelvin made a bad pickup line, and I thought he was going to get slapped across the brothel, but no. He got taken to her room after an off question in regards to if we were new crew, and how we didn't know who she was. Which was true, we didn't. Clearly by the tone, she felt like she should be well known. Turns out she's second in command here, but I will get back to that. I misread the situation as a threat, and that she was taking him to her room to cut him up or something. You know, if I had been drunk, I feel like this wouldn't have been an issue, 'cause I wouldn't have cared. I like Kelvin enough to try and keep him out of trouble. And the short of the story ends with me being kicked out of the brothel after a gun pointed at my crotch, Kelvin getting fucked for information, and me just looking like an ass, as always. I would love, just for once, for something to go my way. To not be the second one at a wreck, or the fucking second choice. I would love to say if I had been drunk, maybe that I would have been the fuck. But honestly, who am I kidding? She apparently wanted the dweeb. And yes, I am salty about it. She's a solid 10 out of 10. And I'm the pretty one, damn it. Sometimes I wonder why I even try anymore. My efforts feel like they aren't paying off. I'm not used to getting so blindly ignored. The fucking madam of the whorehouse didn't even extend an offer to me in any fucking manner. Guess this is what getting old and ugly feels like. I hate it. I had a hard time falling asleep last night. Or rather, I didn't sleep last night. I suspect that only had a small fraction to do with it, and more so being on a ship that I am not familiar with people I don't trust, in a location I don't feel safe in. And my head was spinning in circles in the what if patterns, thinking over Lana and the pirate base as a whole. I wish we hadn't bothered with getting more involved as we are. That we just went straight to lighting up the base with cannons. But it is what it is. And Morgan has a new coat, so I guess there's that. I do have to give credit to Kelvin. As drunk as he was and stayed, he managed to memorize some useful information. Miss fable Lana seems to have a bit of an obsession with the Nameless Island, the one west of Yinsa where Marion legend Teresa Draken crashed Pandora's tribute. Lana even has a ship route plotted with weather patterns charted to avoid storms. No one has yet to actually find the island. It still remains hidden in maybe the dream world or is on something that moves. I made mention to Samara that this might be something the artifact could be tied to from the bumpy descent. And if she gets the chance to ask Lana about it, I wouldn't mind having a private conversation with her, with or without clothes on. In the meantime, my curiosity has gotten the better of me, knowing the weather patterns that Lana has charted. And the fact that no one has found the island, it makes me suspect that it might be in the dreaming worlds and that Marion accidentally crossed into Somnia through a storm like we had a few times, which would account for not knowing where the island is. I scribbled Enya a note asking if she knew if there was an island there in Somnia and dropped it into the vault in hopes she might get it. There is a larger chance she will not, but you never know. I feel like she is one of the few that actually pays me any mind. Or more accurately, takes my weird theories more seriously than most. Like you used to humor my ideas. Samara suggests that maybe this is what Morden was looking for. But I don't think so. He is more likely more interested in the politics behind who's paying the pirates and who their benefactor is. I think. Don't get me wrong, I know Morden would love to be the one that found Pandora's tribute. His interests of late have been more political in nature, and I'm still not convinced he isn't looking for Mr. Winterman. Samara discussed a bit more about Sylvis and his reputation. I explained to her that the last time I had heard of some pirate by that name, he was the type you didn't fuck with. The type that if you did, he would make sure to pay it back 10 times what he was given, making him pretty efficient at being a pirate. In other words, if he is the same guy, we're going to want to kill him before we leave this island and make sure he is dead before lighting up the place. We do have Watson that we might be able to use for that, but we shall see as we get closer to figuring out how we are going to handle the current situation. I half want to steal Lena away for our crew. She has good instincts. With her charting and mapping skills, she clearly knows her stuff and would make a skilled navigator. The intellect of the woman is also a draw. However, this might play against me asking her to crew with us. The strong draw I feel like I can play to her is helping her find Pandora's tribute. It would make short work of the money for Mon Cavalier, if the loot is still even there. If it's in the dream world, there's a chance that someone else might have already stumbled across it. Then again, I don't think the tale is as widespread as it is here. I wish I had some sort of communication with yourself there. You would be set for the rest of your life. Signed, the saltiest motherfucker. Born Mad Hades.